would like to do an experiment, and I gotta warn you, there's gonna be loud music, so I will need like 2 to 3 volunteers. Someone who cannot lip read.
I'll volunteer for you.
Anybody else? Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put headphones on you, and it's going to be loud music, so you're going to have to repeat what I just said to you.
Perfect. Are we going one at a time?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I'm going to wait 15 seconds before so the music can pick up, and then I'll start talking. I like donuts.
I like what?
Oh, the song.
I like donuts. What did I just say? What did I just say?
I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
I couldn't hear you. You've been talking really fast to me.
Okay.
Okay, am I now?
And then you're gonna then I'm gonna explain. I like to go to the movies. Take them. Okay, what did I say?
Like polar bears?
Jonathan, what did you say? I like what?
Polar bears.
I like candy.
I like you.
You're close, but not quite. Oh, did you volunteer?
Nope. No, I wouldn't be good at it.
Good?
Shawanda.
I didn't hear what you said.
For you, I said I like donuts. For you, I said I like to go to the movies.
Still mad.
How are you doing today? Do you hear what I said?
How are you doing, Shanama?
You're so
close.
Yeah, she's used to it. She is
She
so
probably
used to it.
reads.
Yeah.
Very
It's
good.
not fair.
James, do you want to go? Oh, you did.
Hi, Sarah. Sarah, come on.
Do you want to try?
She said I like
Yeah.
candy.
I like candy. I like meat. What did you say?
I thought she said I like to eat.
You like what?
I thought she said I like to eat.
What's up,
She
Jessica?
said I like it.
Oh, okay. I like.
That's so much, it's not fair.
She got
It's because
it.
they're reading
Yeah.
Oh
lips.
my God.
Yeah, but they're good at reading lips. Okay, good.
Oh no.
It's a good experiment.
Oh no, I'm out of this game.
Okay, I'm gonna explain.
Explain.
I'm gonna explain something. This is how deaf people and hard of hearing feel like in a daily basis. When you go to the cafeteria and you're talking to your friends, even if you're hard of hearing, it's really, really hard to pick up what they're saying. The loud noises, the background noises, anything. So my point was to teach the hearing people how we feel as deaf people and hard of hearing people. It's really difficult, and if you know how to lip read, it makes it easier. And now I'm going to start with my PowerPoint. And this is how to advocate for yourself. And this is the process that I went through to advocate for myself, and this is what I wanted to teach you. And you don't have to be deaf, hard of hearing, or any of that to learn how to advocate for yourself. You can just be someone who's shy and can't really stand up for yourself. So this is the process, and I'm giving you steps in how to advocate for yourself. To start off, I would like to play my favorite just to pump you guys up. And it's also, the message behind it is to help you realize that you shouldn't take into consideration what other people say, because people are going to talk. You know, you should just go with your own, you know, your own gut and just like move on. Anyways, here it is. I don't know if it's on. Sorry.
You've been trying for so long to find out where your place is. But deep down in our minds, there's no room for anyone who dares to do something different. Oh, listen for a minute.
Okay. So my main point is to stand up for yourself. Don't let anybody get in the way of that. So, before you advocate for yourself, you have to start with yourself. Start building your self-confidence, then move on there. The only person that's standing in your way is you. You should not care what other people say about you. You should care about what you think about yourself. Why? Why should you advocate for yourself? It's beneficial because it can improve not only your grade, but your self-esteem. You need to start standing up for yourself, standing up for your rights. You can't just hide in the corner. Oh, I have this disability. Oh, I have this. You're just gonna let it overtake you. You have to conquer it. And that's what happened to me. I had to go through a huge process, and it doesn't take a day. It takes months, years. It takes a long time. It also helps build your strong character. It helps you feel stronger and take charge of your life. You can actually build leadership skills. For example, I used to be scared of standing up for myself. I'm a shy person, but I have to overcome that. I took charge and I started advocating for myself, and now I advocate for other people. Like I said, step one is start with yourself. Start with accepting yourself for who you are or what your condition is. Don't hate who you are or what your condition is. Just make this step. This just makes the step longer and harder, and it just takes a long time. You can't change who you are or what happened to you, so you have to make the best of it. Don't mask it. Like I said, it's not a one-day thing. It takes months, years. So it says that it took me 3 to 4 days. It took me 3 to 4 years. So yeah. Anyways, be positive and surround yourself with people that are positive. If you hang around with negative people, you're gonna end up feeling negative. You're gonna it's just gonna put you down, and I've experienced that. And like I said, in my speech, if you were in disability awareness, my main message was never give up. This phrase may be overused, but it's true. People may want you to give up. In fact, they just want you to fail. Don't. Trust me, you will not feel good if you do. It will be better. Like I said, it will be better.
Sarah. Sarah, come.
Yes.
Prove them wrong! Prove them wrong!
Prove them wrong.
Yes.
Hey, do you mind, Sarah?
Yeah.
This is deaf culture. This is deaf culture. Here, please. That's so. You just give me a chill. She's into it. Hey, you have music on. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Come on.
Prove them wrong.
Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. You understand what she's saying. Awesome.
That's wonderful.
Let people
So
talk.
cool. That gives me chills.
People are going to talk, even if you do the right thing. They're just going to talk. So, like she said, prove them wrong. Okay, next, educate yourself.
I agree, Ernesto's saying. I agree.
Yes.
Yeah. People always feel this way. People are afraid.
They're threatened by you.
People need to advocate and be around people that can advocate and advocate for themselves and help.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
And show them.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself. Be brave. Be courageous. It doesn't matter if people hate what's going on with you. It doesn't matter. Ignore that. Go your own way. Make it. Make a better life for yourself.
Yeah!
Sorry, but that's the truth.
The next step is to educate yourself. You have to know your rights as any person. If you're deaf, you have to know your rights. Those will stick by you. If you have a medical condition, it's important to understand your benefits, drawbacks, and rights, and accommodations, because accommodations can really, really benefit you. At school, at work, just anywhere. It really, if you ask for accommodations and your teacher says, yeah, they provide you with that, it really, really makes your life a lot easier. They can't say no. They can't. It's part of the rights. Like I said, they will benefit you.
And what about in the hospital? What about hospital interpreters? There's no interpreters in the hospital.
Really?
Earlier this year, my grandpa was in the hospital, and my grandma is deaf. And to help interpret for her, besides my mom, they brought in a computer that would log into a system that had an interpreter in it. But I don't know how effective those are,
I hate it.
or how often they do it.
You want an expansion?
Can I ask you a question? Do you say the hospital staff brought the computer there, or that your family brought the computer?
staff had a computer.
They have one there. Is it at every
Right.
hospital?
I don't know.
Ernesto's familiar. Yes, yes. 4 times I've done it. 4 times I've had it. And I think it's awful, right? I don't like it. Jessica's saying, I don't like it. Whatever. I'm really a person. I want a person there. I want a live person face to face.
Yeah, going back
I
there.
always don't understand what's going on with the computer, that 2D, English and sign language, I'm not sure what's going on. I heard that. I don't like the computer either. I don't like that computer system. For what? We want an interpreter for clarity. We want gestures, an interpreter for clarity. So Jessica's saying, yes, I had the same experience too. And we'll get right back to you, John. The interpreter is required or requested, interpreters requested, prefer interpreter. And what happened to grandfather?
He passed away, but the computer system they had was buggy. It didn't really work. We ended up just having my mom and my grandma's daughter-in-law help interpret for her instead.
And what's wrong with that situation?
We were also grieving, so.
And you're upset. And family members should not interpret. So Sarah's point, under the law, under the ABA law, it's your right to an interpreter at the hospital to answer your question. And the accessibility that matches your preference. If you prefer an interpreter, you have to let the hospital know. Yes, because the doctor refused. See, there you go. And we have to. That's the point of this PowerPoint. You have to. We have to. Yeah. They took him out of the hospital. I left.
She said rebel.
They just ignore our requests.
She said rebel.
I think it's wrong. I think that we should do something about it.
The more, yes, it's against the law. It's against the law, Ernesto was saying. And the more that deaf and hard of hearing people stand up and follow what you're saying, the more the hospital will just feel the pressure. Okay, Sarah.
Take action. That's the step 3. It's now time to speak to whomever's in charge about what you've been dealing with. For example, if you can't see in the back of the classroom, no matter if you're blind, doesn't matter if you're blind or anything, if you have a medical condition, they can't say no. It's part of your rights. They have to provide you with those accommodations.
I need the bar. I don't see it, bar.
I can't see well far. I have to sit in front. It's better to sit in front.
Listen.
I can listen better and I can pay attention better.
Yeah. Or I can't hear, I need to sit in the front. But some people, they ask you for medical documentation. It's fine. If you have a medical condition, just show it to them. So they don't have an excuse to not get provided with those medical, those accommodations. These are my tips. I live by these. I use them in a daily basis, even after I'm done advocating for myself. First, develop goals. It is healthy to develop goals. I have goals all the time. It helps you move forward with your life, and it also helps to start advocating Like for me, I was shy. And you're afraid of the reaction. Just write it down. Either read it from your hand, from your book or whatever, or hand it over to the person that you're talking to. And if you have a bad temper, stay cool, because you won't get what you want if you're rude, disrespectful. You won't. And I learned that from experience as well. Like I said before, negative people, they'll only make you negative, constantly put you down, ignore them. Simple as that. It'll make your life a lot more easier, trust me. Okay, this is my story. I'm going to talk about my experiences, my struggles, and my improvements. And this, to me, this is very personal. So it took a lot to share this with you. And I hope you enjoy this.
Can we do the lights back here? I can tell you how to do the buttons. I can't. Hey, is this it right here?
There we go. That one more.
Just one more. I'm over here squinting
I
myself.
don't know if it's...
Is that good enough or
Yeah,
more?
perfect. Thank you.
I think we're going to have a problem with the volume. It's not that loud.
Is it low on the video itself? Is it low on the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be.
That white, the white
Yeah.
remote.
I'm not even told me
No,
this
it's,
video.
go ahead. I think it's the video that they recorded as well.
Oh, that's fine.
You don't want to talk that out there. Okay, try that. How many?
A bit louder.
Let's try one more time. It
Yeah,
only
but you-
takes one more try to get it right. And that to me is the difference between a successful person and one who gives up too easily. Patience is the key to never giving up. And that is the many qualities that I possess. I might be quiet, but I have a loud voice. I hope that today I project it in a positive way. To start off, I would like to tell you my story, my struggles as a hearing impaired human being, my experiences, and lastly, my accomplishments. My name is Sarah Mahmood. I was born with an 80% hearing loss in my left ear. I got my hearing loss because my mother, she fell on her back during her 3rd month of pregnancy. I was 9 months old. I suffered an epilepsy and a mild stroke, which affected my entire left side of my body. Thankfully, I am free from epilepsy. I did not know that I had a hearing loss until I was in elementary school, but my mom found out when I was 3 years old. My teachers noticed that I had difficulty learning, so they kept pulling me out of class to run some tests. I remember being so confused and frustrated. I felt singled out from the other kids because I was not learning as fast as they were. In 5th grade, I had to meet with a hearing itinerant every single week. My hearing itinerant, Miss Cornell, was devoted to help me succeed. Miss Cornell taught me how to read lips and how to get my grades up. Middle school was the worst time period for me because the learning material got much harder. My hearing itinerant gave me a device called an FM system to help me improve my hearing in the classroom. An FM system is a device that amplifies the teacher's voice. An FM system consists of both the microphone and the earpiece. The teacher would wear the microphone and I would wear the earpiece. The students in my class started to notice the FM system and they would start to ask me questions like, "What is that? Why do you wear that?" Not only did I start wearing the FM system, I always started wearing the hijab, the headscarf. I got to the point where I was so tired of the questions and the bullying, I decided to quit wearing the FM system. My hearing attendant was extremely devastated with my decision. She tried to convince me in every possible way. She could not convince me
because she did not know that I was bombarded with the questions and I was no longer getting good grades. My grades went from A's to B's to C's to D's. In the 8th grade, I started realizing that I cannot start high school like this, so I decided to put back on the FM system. My grades started to improve, and I got back to A's and B's. I started advocating for myself. I realized that it's not hard to advocate for my hearing loss. I entered a paper for the annual Hearing Advocate of the Year contest, and I won honorable mention. I received a plaque and a $50 gift card to Best Buy. High school was a challenge for me because I did not get the proper support from my hearing itinerant. I had to do everything by myself. I struggled to get good grades because my grades were awful in middle school. I was placed in developmental classes during my freshman year of high school, but I managed to be on top of my developmental classes and they pulled me to higher classes. I worked hard to earn exceptional grades. I wore my FM system all through high school. I made sure all my teachers know that I have hearing loss in my left ear. I made sure that my teachers accommodate me with the proper accommodations. If my FM system was not working properly, I would tell my hearing itinerant as soon as possible, and she would try to fix it. Every year, I entered the Hearing Advocate of the Year contest, and for 3 years straight, I won honorable mention. In my last year of high school, I won Hearing Advocate of the Year. I was surprised because I did it all by myself. The best part was that I didn't even know that I won until I received the reward. I received a $500 scholarship to Joliet Junior College and a plaque. I graduated high school, went on to college. Everybody kept telling me that college is hard, that it's too much work. The teachers don't care if you pass or fail. The hearing impaired students struggle. I found out all those things were lies. College is only hard if you don't study. Easy as that. The teachers want you to pass their classes. They will do whatever it takes to help you succeed in their class. I did not struggle at all as a hearing impaired student at JJC. It was hard to adjust to college during the first semester at JJC, but I eventually got used to it. And I learned so much in the past few years. Right now, I'm halfway done with my web design and administration degree. I am planning on to transfer to a college or university. I am currently a student, an employee, and a vice president of Here's Your Sign ASL Club. During my second semester at JJC, I found out that JJC had an ASL club, and I decided to join. My experience at Here's Your Sign ASL Club has been amazing. Everyone was so friendly, so respectful. I met some really good people, including Brittany and Mrs. Holden. I expanded my sign language knowledge, and I learned many new signs that I use today. I love learning how to sign the national anthem at Relay of Life last year, and I enjoy signing the national anthem. I wanted to expand my sign language knowledge to the point where I'm fluent, converse in sign language. My recommendation to anyone who is struggling with anything, just don't give up. You can only succeed if you try one more time. It only hurts if you do not. That's what makes me a strong, successful person. I tried over and over to overcome my disability. I struggled for years and years to overcome my disability. I stopped making excuses for myself, and I stopped playing the victim. In the end, I overcame my disability. I became a strong person. In order to succeed, you have to struggle. That's what makes me strong. The key to success is to never give up.
I love that song. I have something to say back here.
Just take it out.
I'm coming. Don't worry. I have something to say. Jonathan says, yay. Sarah did a wonderful job. A wonderful job. And that speech, I read her speech. I had, I'm an English major, but I'm an English thing. But I read her speech, and I've seen that slide on Disability Awareness Day, and I still love that speech. And it just makes me tear up what she says at the end. And it's just so powerful. It's really very powerful, and I really like that Sarah's here to show everybody that we should advocate for ourselves. So it's really wonderful. That's all. I'm done.
Ooh, can I say something too?
Sure.
Okay. When I first came into this club, it's interesting to learn how everybody when I met Brittany and Sarah. Brittany, I didn't even know she was deaf until I saw the interpreter, and then I realized that she was deaf. So I started facing her and talking to her instead of like how everybody else talks. You know, everybody talks to the interpreter instead of talking to the deaf person. Which I think it's cool that we have a club like this so we can learn how to communicate and we don't need an interpreter.
And can I say something too? And then, you guys, I want you to comment because your comments are so important. Jakar, can you back up a little bit?
Over here, moving.
The best experience is when I see you guys communicating together without an interpreter. I can't tell you how happy it makes me. And I see you guys in the hall, signing from the balcony up, signing down to the floor below. I've seen it before. And I love it. I just love that the three of you show up every week, you know, in your transition program. That's so cool. And then you agree with this, advocacy, and to help each other get through the struggles and to become strong and to know that you can. What I've learned as an interpreter, do I really interpret for deaf and hard of hearing people? Really? No. I interpret for hearing people who don't know your language. You know English, right? You read, you write, you're fine. It's the hearing people that don't know sign language. Think about it. Think about it. It makes all the difference in the world. And I see capability. I don't see disability. I didn't see it in you. I don't see it. I don't know what the disabilities are in STAR. I don't know. I see capability. That's all I see. And when you go out in the work world, if you're ready to work, and you're right, it requires work, and sometimes double work. But if you're ready to go out in the world and show them and prove them wrong, you will be ready to get a good job because you're ready and you're prepared. But you need each other's support and to learn to advocate. I loved it too. It was wonderful.
I want to add something. Just because you have a disability does not mean that you're broken, that you're damaged. You're fine. You were born with something, with just a defect. Don't make that something that just stops you from doing whatever you want to do, to pursue your dreams, to pursue anything that you want. Don't make that stop you. And I hope that today that you guys learned something and that you can benefit from what I had to say. If there's any questions, please feel free to ask.
Can I add something? I feel like what you were taught, what Sarah's just put on the PowerPoint, maybe tell your family or your friends or explain anything, you know, what she taught you here today, you know, like Friends of Rachel. I was in that club in high school, and the thing is, I do it every day, like Sarah said today. Write down your goals. Don't eliminate other people. Talk to them. Don't be afraid. Like, I see somebody sitting over here, I sit by them and say, hi, how are you doing? Talk to them. Pick, you know, if someone wants to talk to you, don't leave them out with the picture. We're all the same. We might be different color. We all speak the same English.
Help each other.
Help each other out.
Doesn't matter. The people are people.
People are
People are who they are.
Yeah.
They'll understand. They'll understand what makes that person that
Sarah
person.
has a
It's the
power.
interaction with people.
The
Get
communication.
their name, get their some vocabulary going. They may hate you, they may like you, but do that interaction.
Right.
It's good. That's how you make good friends. Very good. Good. I like the comments. Do you guys have comments? Shalanda? Do you have a feeling about it, positive or negative? Or just quiet? You're just thinking? Well, thank you for your comment, and thank you, Adriana, for your comment. I think communication is always different. With the deaf group, and they're sitting around, whether they're deaf or hard of hearing, the hearing tends to be over here, and the deaf and hard of hearing tends to be over here, but when you go into high school, everything changes in my life because I had an ASL club. That's very cool. That's very cool.
I really wish we had an ASL club in high school.
I wish you had one in high school before.
B3.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, very good. Yes, finally. Come on, woman. Come on. That's good. Good comments. Hi, everybody. I'm happy. Tends to be a shy person. I don't really talk a lot. So when I went into high school, I was the only girl. A lot of people come up to me. I didn't talk to them, but when it did change because during class or whatever, they encouraged me and I refused to talk. So I changed my mind and I tried. And I became an active person. Yeah, I became an active person and an involved person, and you changed. That's so cool. Who encouraged you? Your teacher? You're my teachers encouraged me when I was a freshman. Yeah. And also, in regards to negativity, when I was 10, I was the only deaf person in my school and in my family, and I had no knowledge of English at all. My family spoke Spanish, so I had no idea about English until I went to school, and I was the only person at the lunch table. Everybody else would be off and doing their thing, and I'd be alone at the lunch table. At noon, I knew I'd be on my own every day. So I met a girl there, and we would talk a little bit, and we became friends though. So one person came up to you and made the difference. And you may be that one person. That's Jakara's point. If you see someone just sitting by themselves, go up and introduce yourself. That one girl made a difference in his life.
Like they say, one person can make an impact, and you're the one impacting your life.
It's really good comments. Very good.
Eva, you never should go back.
Well, it's an important topic today, and it gives us a lot to think about. As hearing people, as an interpreter, it helps me think about my career, and it helps me respect the deaf and hard of hearing even more. So I hope that you can think about it and come back next week, and then we'll have some fun because it's our last meeting. So we'll have a good time. But thank you to Sarah Mahmood for her presentation and sharing her experiences. And thank you for sharing, Adriana, Shalonda, Ernesto, thank you for sharing your experiences as well. That's deaf culture. When someone presents, the deaf are always eager to join in. So thank you to all of you. I'm going to sign out now so I can pass. They don't want to leave.
Oh, it is.